for this spot. Deuce McAllister, who, when you were in school, did Ole Miss take players to SEC Media Days?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you were a representative one year.
I came 1 year to SEC Media Days, and it has grown. It's probably been about 5 to 7 years since I have been back to SEC Media Days, just coming over and just seeing it. And I think that's one of the biggest things when you go back. Richard, I don't want to age us, but 20 years ago from when you were a player.
You're only aging yourself. You're not aging me. I haven't aged.
Right. But you just see the growth. You see the overall growth of it, and just it's unfortunate that we don't have fans here. I mean, because that would even be wilder, and today is not Saban. So, it's even calm, even in the sense of from a media standpoint. But, man, it's interesting, and it's, you're happy to see at least a little bit of normalcy kind of returning.
So what's up? Why are you here?
Well, I'm here representing Johnsonville Sausage, who, they are a sponsor for the SEC. And so just doing some different things with them, this not only for the SEC Media Days, but this upcoming season. And so I had a pretty cool experience. It's cool and it's interesting. We were out front, we were grilling, cooking some of the brats and some of the sausages, and security came out and said, no, you guys can't do that.
They thought you were tailgating and partying as fans.
They thought we were tailgating and partying, and we were out in the parking lot, and they said, no, you guys can't do that. And they literally shut us down. And so we've got the coal going, we've got the charcoal, it's gray, it's getting ready. We're probably about 15 minutes in, and they see the smoke coming up. Security said, no, you guys got to shut that down. You can't do that. So interesting story. So we're able to get a couple sausages on the grill, but still pretty good.
Yeah, no doubt. Normally when we visit with you, we're talking Saints stuff, and we might get into some of that in a minute, as we are really close. We're only a couple of weeks away from
next week. Yeah, next week.
Next week, and then
camp,
2 weeks from the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah, next week camp opens up, and I think 3 teams, Tampa Bay being one of them, open up this week as far as training camp is concerned. And like you said, you're 2 weeks away from football actually being played. And so it is here. It is here, and it will not be long. And I'm interested to see, with just some of the news that's unfolding with this Saints team. You lose your starting defensive tackle.
Yeah.
At some point you should hear something. Marshawn Lattimore, I think he's probably going to be at least suspended for 1 game, maybe 2 games. So you won't have 2 of the starting cornerbacks from last year. We know number 9 won't be there, so you'll have a new starting quarterback in his place. So a lot of change for the New Orleans Saints, but I think that they're still excited for this upcoming season and the potential for this upcoming season.
Let's really age ourselves. Who did you come to Media Days with?
Media Days for myself, I think it was, obviously Coach Cutcliffe was the head coach. Shane Elam was one of the defensive players, and I think Romero was the other offensive player. I think we brought two skilled offensive guys and 1 defensive guy.
I just like hearing the old names.
Pretty good group, right?
That's some good group of players there. I'll give him credit.
I didn't know if you were going to test him to see if he remembered who State's guys were that year. So that would have been what
2000?
Well, 99. So State was probably
DeCenzo Miller?
DeCenzo was younger. DeCenzo was younger. It was probably JJ. It was probably James.
Barron Simpson was probably one of them.
What's the safety? Was it Cooper?
Ashley Cooper?
Or
Tim Nelson, maybe.
Yeah, it was probably Coop, and what was the linebacker, 44?
That's Simpson.
And then offensively it would have to have been – well, JJ was gone because I was going in my senior
It would have probably been a lineman, like –
Pork chop
maybe would have come, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys didn't fight here, did you? You waited for –
Oh, no. Yeah. Very friendly, and that was before – that was before Smoot Smack or the Smoot Smack, the talk from Fred Smoot. So Fred probably wasn't a part of the media conglomerate then. Obviously,
what would he
now.
be? What would a guy like that be on social media these days as a college football player?
Then, going back with social media?
A coach would probably not have been a big fan of that.
Fred, you got to just shut it down. Coach, you can't take my social media. He's going to talk. And so, social media would have been not a very friendly thing, 20 years ago for us college athletes.
All right, rewind for us. Let's pretend name, image, and likeness is in place 20 years ago. That's good for Deuce McAllister, right?
Very good. I think, it's something if you're disappointed at somebody, you know, that we get here, it's the NCAA. Because we know that this just didn't start 2 years ago.
No.
This was something 5 to 7 years ago, maybe even 10 years ago, that they knew or had an inkling that was coming down the line. Coming down the line of something that potentially could occur. And so from a national standpoint, they're at it's basically run by the states. So, I mean, there is no national rule across the board. It's basically what your state allows you to do. And even the SEC, they defer to the states. And so at some point, I think you will have a national umbrella of how NIL looks for each university. But, you know, from a player's standpoint, you know, I think it's something that they should be able to profit off of. And I don't know, I was just told, did you hear about the deal that Bryce Young has that Coach Saban talked about?
No, I've missed that.
Said it's in 7 figures.
$1 million.
Yeah,
it's $1 million. And
Bryce Young.
I don't know if it's just one deal or if it's his total deals.
I think it's total.
Yeah.
But what I would be interested is
by the way,
over
it's
4
good
years.
to be the quarterback at the University of Alabama. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Yeah.
Just
that's a
just
good
saying.
deal.
Well, he's with CAA, which was my agency that I was with. So they have a national. They have an international, not just a national.
Yeah.
It's an international brand. And so you talk about companies from all over the world, not just in the United States. And the other part of it that you have to think of it. Are we talking over 4 years or 1 year? I mean, because what's going to happen is from an advertising and a marketing standpoint, instead of maybe it going all to the university, some of that money now are going to be sent to the player. We want directly that player, particularly if a school allows that player to be able to use a uniform and they can brand it in that manner. I mean, so some states, they don't allow that. Some schools, they don't allow that. But if my school will allow me to wear my colors, I can wear that number, and it doesn't have to be just something generic where people kind of have to guess. Man, that's a home run for the player.
But on the other side of that, think about all the Deuce for Heisman bumper stickers. That couldn't have happened because they would have had to cut you in on the deal.
I'm okay with a nickel. I'm okay with a nickel.
A nickel per Deuce for Heisman back in the day. You would have made might have equaled your Saints signing bonus.
All right, so those were from University Sporting Goods, I think. There may have been other places that were giving them out as well,
correct.
Or not giving them, but selling them. And I think they were selling for like 25 cents a piece or 50 cents a piece, something like that.
I'll take a nickel. I'm fine with that.
How many of those do you think were distributed?
I have no idea. Yeah,
a lot.
It was a lot. You know, the only thing that I hate there, and that's another thing, is when you look at it, every game was not broadcast national. 20 years ago, that was not the case.
Was that a cool time for you, seeing they were everywhere.
Yeah, but you had to focus on the main thing. The main thing was going out there and playing, but it was pretty cool to be able to see it. Now can you go out there and back it up on the field? That was the question.
Yeah.
You did an all right job of that.
People loved you, man.
I did okay. I mean, so
I have a love-hate relationship with Deuce.
Brian, it's okay.
I hated his college days, but as a pro, he was great.
Brian, it's okay. I mean, hey, some of my best friends are Bulldog fans, and I had opportunity.
Well, family
to talk to,
too.
Well, yeah. Andrea Hollis, who a lot of the parents on the football side, a lot of the parents and football players know, she is a first cousin, close cousin. Her dad and mom went to Ole Miss. Her dad is Andre Hollis, and she is basically, I don't want to call her director of recruiting, but she handles a lot of the recruiting as far as the players once they come on campus, how they handle a lot of that. And so she's not the only close family that is at State. I've obviously had a lot of cousins that have went to State, and really, really close family. And I would be remiss if I didn't tell or at least shout out the Mississippi State baseball team on their national championship.
Put it on the board. That's today's mention.
Richard, now, yes, that does hurt me, but, I mean, I think it's only fair.
Had a heck of a run, man.
Yeah, I think it's only fair. And when you go and look at it, they'll probably tell you, we weren't the most talented team. They were not the most talented team, but they were always able to get that clutch out or the clutch hit. And that's always key. And so, they put us on the map, from the college baseball standpoint. So, a heck of a job.
You're the best, my man. Always good to see you.
No problem. Thank you as well.
Talk to you soon.
Have fun. We're going to have to hit the links as well.
Let's do it.
I'm not very good, but I can hit it far.
It's all right. I'm in. Yeah, he can't even make contact.
I'll caddy.
It's perfect. I love it. I love